Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy, and welcome back to Android Apps Weekly. Let's jump right into those headlines. It's been found that Google Photos will keep uploading your photos to Google even if you've uninstalled the application. This is because it's integrated with Google Settings that's on every Android phone, so if you want to disable it forever, you'll actually have to do so using the Google Settings app, and that is just a little bit weird. According to reports, Facebook is working on a virtual assistant called Moneypenny, ostensibly named after the James Bond character. Unlike most, Moneypenny is a virtual assistant to help you shop for things, and it'll be integrated into Facebook Messenger. Of course, we'll provide more details as we get them. Late last week, developer Beamdog announced that they'll be releasing a standalone expansion to Baldur's Gate called Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear. The game, which is coming out later this year, will tell the tale of what happens between Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Twitter and the third-party developers that have been making Twitter apps have been at odds for a long time thanks to Twitter's ridiculous token limit that prevents Twitter applications from becoming super popular. In a recent announcement, Twitter has conceded that they may need to make some changes, and we hope that leads to more third-party Twitter apps. After an absence due to some pranking, the Google Map Maker is reopening its doors sometime in August. The improved version will have a stricter approval process and more moderation to prevent things like that prank where someone added an Android urinating on an Apple logo. For even more Android apps and games news, updates, and new releases, don't forget to check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below. There we have a complete list of all the happenings in the app world, including the stuff we didn't have time for here today. If you're so inclined, you can subscribe with your email and get this info beamed to your inbox every single Friday. Okay folks, let's take a look at the apps and games that made a big splash this week. Mountain Goat Mountain is a new game out of Zynga. It features some colorful and enjoyable graphics along with arcade-style gameplay. The premise is you must climb mountains while avoiding obstacles. The mechanics are simple tapping and swiping so anyone can get into it. It is a freemium title, which means there are in-app purchases, but overall, it's a fun little time waster and something a little bit different out of Zynga. WifiMapper is a new application that helps you find Wi-Fi hotspots. The idea is that you open the application and it shows you a map where you can get access to free Wi-Fi. According to developers, the app shows over 650 million hotspots that you can access. The information is crowdsourced, so you can add more if you find them, and it also comes with Foursquare integration. You can see the history of the hotspots you've connected to and how well they've worked. It's a solid application with some decent features, and it's totally free. Redbull Alert is a new alarm clock application that aims to get you up and out of bed before hitting the snooze button. It does this by integrating a social aspect where you can compete with your friends to see who wakes up the fastest. The application will also track your progress, or lack thereof, so you can see if the application actually does help you wake up faster. It's a fun premise, and it's free to use. Here Maps is already a popular offline navigation option, but this week Nokia released a public beta. It's a bit convoluted as you have to join the beta group, become a beta tester, and then finally download the application. The public beta will have new features, a new UI design, and will be the place where Nokia tests all of their new ideas. Do beware because that means there are gonna be bugs too. You can click the link in the video description below to find out how to get it. Last up this week is a new first-person shooter called Traitor Valkyrie. This is a first-person shooter game based on a true story from World War II and features decent graphics, plenty of shooting, and you'll also need a little bit of stealth. The mechanics are fairly simple, and the game manages to miss a lot of the pitfalls of other touchscreen shooters by sticking to a simpler mechanic. Of course, this means it isn't as exciting as some shooters sometimes. In either case, it's cheap and it's fun. Once again, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy. While you're here, why not subscribe to the Android Authority YouTube channel? If you're hanging out for a minute, we have a couple of awesome videos for you to watch right over there, and they're also linked in the video description below for you folks on mobile. Finally, don't forget to check out the written companion, which is in the video description below, and don't forget to sign up for that newsletter. As always, thanks for watching everybody, and have a wonderful day.